To the highlights we go.
The highlights we go.
And Kansas City goes on to Carolina, right? You lost last week. Carolina Panthers, not a problem. Patrick Mahomes is going to find here DeAndre Hopkins, who has come in. He's going to find him right there in the back of the end zone. He's going to get himself three yards out. But Chuba Hubbard, you're right here. He's going to take this 1 yard out. You can see right there with a minute 46. They need a 2-point right there. They're going to get the 2-point as well. And in overtime right there, Spencer Schrader kicks a 31-yard walk-off field goal in Kansas City. Again, in another close game, a 1-point game. They win the game 30-27. Again, look at the numbers for Patrick Mahomes. He was sacked 5 times, hit 8 times. But to me, the story of this game, and all Kansas City won, Bryce Young. What he did, I thought, in this game, took a step forward, going against Steve Spagnuolo, time and time again on third down. The pressures were coming at him.
Bringing the blitzes.
He stood in the pocket. He made some big-time throws, led them down 49 yards to get to that extra that game-time touchdown and the 2-point play. Kudos to Bryce Young.
Yeah, none of those throws bigger than the 4th down, cover 0 that they sent at him. He hangs in there, finds Adam Thielen on the outbreaker to set up that. I was really impressed. Bryce Young, only his 2nd game in his career with over 250 yards passing, and doing it against this Kansas City defense. I mean, to me, that's about as big of a statement as you can make. Let's take a look at his numbers right here. 21 of 35, 263, 7.5 yards per attempt, no turnovers. No turnovers against that team. I'm happy for him. I mean, he's gone through a lot this season, and to show up and to perform this way, I know it's a loss, and I know there aren't moral victories and all that. That's a moral victory for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, and for Bryce Young.
Yes.
Listen, he's playing for his career. He's playing for the narrative of his career. He's playing to quiet all of the criticism. It's good to have Adam Thielen back. It's good to have one of your veteran wide receivers. But I love the fact that Bryce Young, at this point in his career, he understands what's at stake. All right, you might not be playing for a playoff spot. Who cares? You're playing for how people see you. Because what's going to happen next year, you can't control. But what you can control is what people think about you. And the next handful of games, the rest of the season, you can change the narrative of what people are saying.
You know what? I remember Doug Williams, the ex-Washington quarterback, saying, look, the kid played big boy football coming into the league. Yes, a big-time struggle, but this is significant in terms of hopefully turning the things around for him because we do pull for him.
Yeah.
Speaking of big-time moves, Patrick Mahomes, I don't care what kind of game he's had up until this point, look at what he did to put them in position.
He did. He had a 32-yard run in the 4th quarter of that last drive to take them back down, to kick that game-winning field goal. How many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes? He was sacked 5 times. He was hit 8 times in this game. But that guy right there, he is cool and collected when the game is on the line. You put the ball in his hands. That's why people go for it for 2 points at the end of a game. That's why you take those chances and don't give the ball back to him, because he had too much time, and that guy's just Patrick Mahomes. He's one of a kind.
You make a couple of good points. Listen, there's a reason why he gets paid is what he gets paid. Patrick Mahomes is that guy that says in the moment that is the biggest, I'm going to put the team on my back. We've seen it. We were there in the AFC Championship game a few years back when he had that long run right before halftime up the left sideline like we saw again. Patrick Mahomes is so fantastic when the pressure is on him. We all said the same thing. A little bit too much time, with 3 timeouts for Patrick Mahomes, and here it is. Listen, he's going to look downfield, and even though he passed the line of scrimmage on some of these pass plays, defenders still think he's going to throw the ball. So they're always saying, and it's the best move, the pump fake. And here, delivering to DeAndre Hopkins, trusted target in the red zone. And this is the run right here, where he's looking upfield, sees a little bit of space. He says, you know what, let me split the defenders, because they think I'm going to go out of bounds. I'm going to climb up the field, gain as many yards as I can to put my kicker in a position to be successful. And look at this, the most passed TDs in Chiefs history. Man, he has so many more TDs to go. He's going to stretch that record right there.
Tied with the great Lenny Dawson. Yeah, tied with the great Len Dawson. But this game's a microcosm of who the Chiefs are this year. Right? They're 10-1 right now, and they haven't looked great in a lot of different situations, but they find a way, no matter what, to get the job done at the end of the day, and ultimately that's all that matters.
You know, you sit there, and I think as a defender, there's a way you have to defend guys like Patrick Mahomes, guys like Josh Allen. In the first 3 quarters, they're going to do the right things. They're going to run out of bounds. They're going to maybe throw the ball away. In the 4th quarter, they are running backs, because they're going to try to take the game into their own hands. So they get to the sideline, you better make sure they're out of bounds. Because I saw a couple guys pulling up right there. Oh, yeah, he's going to go. He is not going out of bounds. How many times you said we've seen this time?
So true.
We saw Josh Allen do it the week before. He's not going out of bounds. He's going to try to run over you. So these guys in the fourth quarter, when the game's on the line, they're like Michael Jordan. Put the ball in my hands. Give me the option of throwing. And if it's not there, trust me.
You're going to win or lose on my talent.
Yeah, so if you're the defensive coach in that situation, you're going against a guy like Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen, and there is that sideline type of play. Blow them up. We're going for it. You got to be physical in those situations. We're not worried about it. We're not worried about penalty or whatever. But I agree with you.
He's like a possum. He's like, yeah. Like, you know, he's not playing dead. He's going for the jugular. You got to take care of him before he takes care of you.
No doubt. No doubt about it.
You were one of the masters of post-game talks in the locker room. I want to hear what Andy Reid says after this one.
Here we go again.
Nothing's given to you, huh? And you're getting their best shot. So you keep your heads up, man. And we get this thing rolling. Right? We got some things we got to clean up, but we keep it rolling here. That's the important part. Winning is the important part right here. And you guys bear down and got it done. All right, let's give them one Chiefs here. How about those Chiefs? Feel it, baby. Feel it.
You know, it is the bottom line, and it wasn't pretty. You played against a team that a lot of people expected you to beat handily. Nothing comes handily to the National Football League. Nothing does. And so you know what? You enjoy it, you embrace it, and you come back, and as Spags will point out all the things that went wrong on defense, and you know what? Patrick will say you guys got to get open. And we have issues on the offensive line. I took too many hits. And maybe that's on. Here's what Patrick will say. He'll go on the offensive line on Monday. That's on me. I got to get rid of the ball. He'll walk out there and say, he'll tell the offensive line coach, can you shore this stuff up?
Nate, still make your point.
Get it right.
But I remember you saying your coach once told you, don't make an apology for what?
JB, see, that's why we on the same page. I was thinking the same thing. No, you're right. I'm glad you teed me up on that. I was thinking about Mike Tice when he was talking to me when I was young as a wide receiver playing on the team. Dante Culpepper started the season off hot. 3 out of the first 5 games, he threw for 5 touchdowns. We were cooking. So everybody expected us to beat every team. We had Dante Culpepper and the best receiver in the game, Randy Moss. And then we eked out a win. And we were so confident that we were hanging our heads as we walked into the locker room because our expectations were so high. He saw us hanging our heads. He said, hey, pick your heads up. You never apologize for a victory. In this league, it's all about wins and losses. We got the dub. Let's correct the mistakes, and let's move on. That's why Andy's the best.
No question. That's essentially what he said.
100%. And I think he's getting that vibe from his team, too. I know there's an expectation for us to go out there and play better.
And the criticism's coming.
Don't you dare.
We need to win games. And that's all that matters.
Bottom line, though, Bryce Young took a step forward today.
Yes, that's the big note. That's you know what? That is the big note for sure.